Okay, so welcome to the live Forex trading session. We're just going to assess the market as normal. As usual, starting off with the economic calendar. So let me bring the economic calendar up. So today is Wednesday, the 19th of May, and the markets we're looking at the Euro US dollar and the dollar Canadian dollar. So we're going to look out for reports of high importance that could affect these markets. So again, remember to always have your time zone set to wherever you are in the world. I'm currently in Rwanda, so my time zone is set to GMT +2. So the times I'll be quoting are GMT +2 times. So let's see what's in store for us today. So at 8 o'clock this morning, GMT +2, we had the UK inflation rate report that was announced. So that's come and gone. UK being the financial capital of the world, that could have an indirect impact on the global markets, but obviously a direct impact on the UK stock market and currencies paired with the pound. And then next at 11 o'clock, just about an hour ago, 11 o'clock GMT +2, we had the Euro area core inflation rate. Again, that would have an impact on currencies paired with the euro. And at 2:30 GMT +2, we have the Canadian inflation rate report. So it's inflation rate report today. Today is the inflation rate report day. So at 2:30, we have the Canadian inflation rate report, which will obviously have an impact on the Canadian stock market and currencies paired with the Canadian dollar. And since we're trading the USDCAD, that will obviously affect that currency pair we're looking at. So that's at 2:30. And then the final report of today, the big report of this week, is that it's coming out at 8 p.m. GMT +2, which is the Federal Reserve Federal Open Market Committee minutes due out of the States. The FOMC report or the minutes, they have a meeting every time they decide on the interest rates in the US. But usually when the interest rates is announced, we just know it's been either they've held the interest rates, they've cut it, or they've increased the interest rate. So at the time the interest rate is announced, we just get the result that, you know, the interest rate has been kept steady or has been cut or increased. But no one at that time knows the rationale they had coming up with that decision. So the minutes of that particular meeting when they decided the US interest rate that's what's now coming out this evening, the minutes of that meeting. Because when the markets now read the reports or the analysts now read the minutes of that meeting, they will now have a good idea of what the bank officials were thinking about when they made that interest rate decision, and that could give you an insight into what they might do in the future. So that's why it's of huge importance. So that's coming out at 8 p.m. GMT +2, and that would have an impact on all markets. All markets will be affected by this report because it's huge. And there's a high probability of all markets trending sideways prior to this report. So we want to avoid trading prior to 8 p.m. today. But because we've got some other big reports coming out today, for example, with the Euro US dollar coming out, with the Euro area inflation rate report that came out at 11, ideally, you want to keep out of the markets till that last report at 8 p.m., the FOMC minutes. But this is quite an important report. So on occasions like this, what I'll do, I'll have one live attempt. I will obviously avoid the Euro US dollar prior to this report. Just before the report, I will then assess the market, place my pending orders, and then only have one live attempt. So if I lose out on that trade, between 11 and 8 p.m., I would not place any other trades. So I only have one live attempt. If that's successful, fine. But if it's unsuccessful and I lose money, I will stop trading and wait till 8 p.m. before I have my second attempt, which is what I've done already with the Euro US dollar. which will come back to that. So you can see I already have my pending orders on the euro US dollar. Obviously, the market could just continue trending sideways and not take my orders, and I'll just leave them in place till 8 p.m. But if one of them is taken, I'll delete the other one, focus on that trade, and only have one live attempt prior to the last report at 8 p.m. So it's the same thing to do. I'm going to do with the USDCAD. So with the USDCAD, I'm just going to avoid trading that market till 2:30 p.m. GMT plus 2. And I'll assess the market just before the report at 2:30, place my pending orders then, and only have one live attempt on the USDCAD prior to the US FOMC minutes at 8 p.m. GMT plus 2. So that's my plan for today. Again, it's just keeping an eye on market watch to see if there are anything coming up that could affect the global financial markets. Of course, we have all sorts that has affected the stock market. Of course, you can see Bitcoin going up and down, which is what you expect. But yes, nothing creating uncertainty in the markets. And there are no public holidays in the UK or the USA. So we go to the charts. So starting with the euro US dollar, we'll start with the daily time frame. So looking at the daily time frame for the swing trading, we can see that the market initially was initially trending down. I was moving my stop loss. I was moving my pending order with the moving average, and then on the 13th of April, the market broke the moving average, took my pending buy order with a 100 pips stop loss. And once the market moved 100 pips in my direction, which it did on the 19th of April, I then started to move my stop loss with the moving average on a daily basis. So that's what I've just been doing on a daily basis. So today, the moving average, today being the 19th of May, the moving average today is 1.1982. Well, it was 83 when I checked in the morning, but it's now 1982. So I just adjust my stop loss to 2 pips below the moving average, which is what I've done. So at the moment, my entry point is 1941, and my stop loss now is 1981. So that means I've sort of locked in 40 pips profit. So if the market reverses and takes me out now, at least I'll make 40 pips. So that's the swing trade. Go to the day trade, 5-minute time frame. So we can see where the market was initially trending sideways, went up a bit. Then you can see it's now trending down, making lower lows, lower highs. But you can see following this low, it's now looking like it's beginning to trend sideways again. But like I said, just before the report at 11 a.m. GMT plus 2, when the market was trending down at that time, I then placed a pending sell order just below the pivot point and a pending buy just above R1. And you can see my pending orders are still in place. The market hasn't broken the pivot point or R1. So there's no change in plan. I'll just leave those pending orders there until the market takes the order. But like I said, if it does take one of these orders, I'll delete the other one and only have one live attempt prior to the report at 8 p.m. GMT plus 2. So let's go to the USDCAD. Again, we'll start with the daily time frame D1 for the swing trading. So again, today the moving average is 1.2528. So I'm just going to adjust my pending buy order to 2 pips above the moving average for today. So that's, which I've already done again. I've adjusted it to 1.2530 with a stop loss of 100 pips of 2430, just 2 pips above the moving average today. And again, I'll just keep doing that every day, adjusting my pending order till the market breaks the moving average, whenever that would be. It could take months. Could take weeks, only God knows. So that's all for swing trading. Go to the day trading, 5-minute time frame. Again, we can see USDCAD is really all over the place. So you can see it's trending sideways, it's gone up a bit, fallen back down. really no clear pattern at the moment. So it's probably just going all sideways. But again, we're waiting till 2:30. So 2:30, just before 2:30, when the 2:30 GMT plus 2, when the Canada inflation rate report is due to be announced, I will then reassess the market at that time and then decide where to place my pending orders. Okay, so that's planned for today. Any questions? If you have any questions, you can either pop it through the chat box or raise your hand. No questions? Okay, so if no question, it's breakfast time for you guys. So I'll let you guys go for breakfast and wish you a wonderful day.